Hey there, this is Jerry bringing you another episode of What's Broke Today. And today we've got a personal pace Toro walk behind mower that is electric start. And she was having trouble with the electric start not working. So what I started out with is my meter on DC volts. And then this plug where you charge the battery, which I hope you can see that. Red wire and black wire, so black to black, red to red, and I've got millivolts. So the next thing I did is I actually took and I plugged the charger in, and so I plugged the charger in, and this actually has a light on the charger, and it come on green immediately. So we'll take our meter and we'll back probe, because the main thing I want to find out here is the charger working. So I'll back probe that connector and look at my meter, and it is working because I've got 13.83 volts. So that tells me, and also knowing that the mower is 6 years old, you know, the battery is bad. So I got a brand new battery, and I actually spent the money and got a battery from Toro that I haven't had good luck with the aftermarket batteries and stuff like this. So I just go ahead and get this, and it is a 12-volt system. And let me get set up and I'll show you how I change this battery. Okay, I'm going to start out with a bungee cord. I'm just going to take this rear flap, flip it over, take my bungee cord and come up here and hook it on the muffler. So hold that up out of the way. I got my new battery. My lift table was clean. I could have just went zoop and put this up to eye level. Okay. Let's make sure, yep. Now, if I had this eye level, it'd be a lot easier, but still isn't bad. Oh, the cat's wanting to play with the camera. Okay, so we take out the Phillips headed screw. Then we got our little access thing and pull this out. Of course, it's full of all kinds of dirt, and our battery is hid inside of here in this plastic thing. We'll pull it the top off, and we can pull the battery out. And that's the only thing I forgot to grab with my electrical tape, because they taped this from the factory. Yeah, we get that out of the way, and there's actually even a fuse in here, so if it gets a short circuit, it'll blow the fuse. And we'll unplug that, and let me go grab my tape. And when I got my electrical tape, I'm gonna get it ready, because I'm gonna put the positive on the positive. I'll put the negative on the negative. I'm gonna take those and my tape, and basically what I'm doing is we're ensuring that hopefully these wires don't come loose. And this, of course, is a sealed battery, but I'm going to tape up so I cover my terminals, and that's why I'm got all flipped up goofy angle here. I get her taped up good, and then I can take this little cap and kind of set back over the top, wipe some of the grass out of here, which it really builds up. Because you can't keep this stuff from collecting in all these little nooks and crannies. If I get it the right direction, that helps. because I did that wrong. That goes over that way and out. Ooh, and oh shoot, I gotta fix the fuse box. See that? I touched the fuse and it broke. So I gotta change that. So give me just a second. Okay, I'll cut that right there. I'll peel that tape off. I'll stretch the heck out of it. Okay, so then we'll do this. We'll cut the tape. Get rid of that. And of course it doesn't matter. There's no polarity to this, so we just got to come up here and strip a little wire and twist it. Strip a little wire and twist it. And then crimp that. Crimp the other one. Okay. Then we can take our lighter and shrink wrap. The only thing we're lacking is a fuse, but talk about the corrosion. If you can see down in there all the green stuff, that might show up better, but yep. So I wonder, there's a date code on this battery, because even though without it, with this corroded, it wouldn't charge the battery very well anyway, and that would explain the low voltage readings too. I think I might try and charge this, because I have to go get a 40 amp fuse, because let's find it where I laid it down, but it had a 40 amper in it, so we'll have to get a fuse and we'll come back and put her back together. All right. After I got a fuse, but you know, after charging that other battery, it might still be good. And I'm not really the kind to replace a part and charge someone for something if they don't need it. So figure out where I tore off my end of my tape. Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna plug in the old battery, and then I don't really have a good way to load test a little battery like this, so I hooked it up to a LED light bar, and it held really good voltage. So I decided to be the good repair person, and you know, if they don't need that new battery, I'm not going to sell her a new battery. Plug in our positive, which fits good and tight. We'll plug in our negative, which fits good and tight. Okay, Ash. You might not have seen that because I think you had a cattail in the way. Let's see what happens. Get my voltmeter, which I think is might be within reach. See if I can get that up in there. Yep, get that in there. Yeah, because I hit my head. 12.42. We'll hold that down and okay. Just running the starter, it drops down to 9 volts. So it didn't even have enough spin to kick the starter drive in to even start it. That sounds better, but it still ain't doing anything. But shit, I don't know, maybe starter may be clogged with grass and dirt. Okay, so I'm confident that's good, because that only dropped down to about 11.5 volts when I first hit the starter, and then it picks right back up. So I like that. So now let me tape the wires again. Okay, so get that all on there, and then stuffed up in its hole. Let's do this again. So I think that will be okay. Then we got to go out and look at the starter. Probably torques. That's just for the heck of it. Peck on that a little. Get that away from the wires. There we go. I think I need to suck a little oil out of it, because I think it's a little over full on oil. Yeah, and it is over full, because that's up about 3/4 of an inch. It should only be up about 1/2 an inch. So I think my fluid extractor's up at the house. Let's go that way. Okay, so basically all I'm doing here is I got my fluid extractor going. I'm gonna let it suck a little bit out. I'll pull this out and check the level. And once I get it down where I want it, which we are super close, because this is I sucked some out before I turned the camera on. So that I think should do it. Okay, that is right at that top hole for full. Because yeah, being over full on oil will make it hard to crank. Plus it causes it to smoke and possibly leak. Yeah. Let's go pull that starter off. Alright, so let's see if I got the right size torques. Curtis, you know the cat don't want you in here. Dogs chase the cat too many times, so the cat runs the dog off. Well, there we go. Once you figure out the trick, it comes right off. That starter's all sealed up in there. Okay. Started working and forgot to turn the camera on. Loosen that one. We'll come under here and loosen this one. And there is all kinds of dirt up in that starter drive, so I'm going to take this and take it to the blow gun and blow all the dirt out and clean up in here. A brief explanation of what all I did. My starter. This uses the rotation motor of the motor turning to kick the gear up. And this is one of those cheap 99-cent paintbrushes you buy at the local home improvement store. You know, where the bristles are normally like out here. I took and used hair clippers and shortened this one where they're only about 3/4 of an inch. And works great for stuff like this, you know, because I had it down here where that spiral is. I just brushed down in there and then turned the motor and brushed and went all the way around to loosen up the dirt. And I took my air compressor and blew in there, and maybe just make sure that moves freely, because if you got any dust and dirt in there, it'll make it want to stick. So we'll just plug that in, and watch out, cat. Hold the handle down and then yeah, that looks good. So, but that really, the true test is when I put it up here and then we try and start the motor. So get that bolt stuck in its hole. And line things up and get that started. You don't see too many of these with electric starts, so you never know when you find one what you may find. You know, this very easily could have, they might have stopped using the electric start either because of that dirt in it or because of the fuse. And most of the time, if you take this into one of the regular shops, they don't clean that starter. They just sell you a new one. Which is, I mean, it makes them more money, but it ain't the right thing to do. Well, I'll say I think I got the Toro all good to go. That I am going to plug it in and charge the battery with the charger that goes to it, just to make sure it's all the way up after a bunch of cranking and messing with it and not running. Because, well, you know, I didn't look, but most of these, well, and this may not be one. A lot of them will charge the battery while it's running. This one may not, but I'm going to go ahead and charge the battery and, yeah, and get her ready to go back home, because the initial reason this came here was because she couldn't pull the rope. And with all the rain we've had, the grass really never dries out during the day. So it had grass up underneath the deck and in the back, where even though it's got the little lever to switch it between bag and mulch, even when it's in mulch, there's still a little, I don't know, about a 3/4 of an inch deep area, maybe an inch, where grass can collect. And I guess the blade must have stopped right in front of that. And then they're moving it around, that grass fell down and was laying on top of the blade. And then when she went to pull the rope, it come around and wedged in between the deck and the blade. So that's the main reason it come here. And then she asked about the electric start. Beyond that, yeah, I think that's about it. But yeah, I'll say fix the fuse, clean the grass, new battery, clean the dust out of the starter. If you ain't got one of these, make you one. Comes in handy. This is a 1-inch wide, by the way. Hey, well, I appreciate you watching. We always like those thumbs up for the likes. Thanks for all those comments and questions. And even though I hit my 500 subscriber barrier, hey, let's keep going, see how far we can take this, because if you're not a subscriber, join on in, because they'll tell them what else you're going to see on What's Broke Today. Thank you.